next on TV5 News Live.
Programming was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 25555, that's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
I'll take Simmons.
Yeah. Give me Jones.
Anderson.
Smith.
Lightfoot.
Bishop.
Hernandez.
Sluka.
Harris.
Lavender.
Peavy.
Yes.
In the game of life, you've got a much better chance of getting picked for a cool job with great pay if you take algebra, geometry, and calculus. You need to know how math can improve your future. Demand it. Call Acme. We'll tell you.
Feedback starts now. And I said, you know, it wouldn't a better name for a movie to come out now, and I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have, and you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Well, ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here, Rich?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is TV5 News Live. Good evening. It's Tuesday, April 10th, 2001. I'm Susan Honorad.
And I'm Amanda Miller. Welcome to TV5 News Live. Here's a look at some of the stories we'll be bringing you in the next half hour.
Could some temporary changes in the county's voter registration office be a signal of future changes? Find out coming up.
Plus, get the latest details on the U.S.-China standoff.
And Joy Strain will be here with your TV5 weather forecast. Stay with us. It's all coming up in the next half hour.
But first, our top story tonight. County commissioners have appointed John Shropshire as the temporary director of the voter registration office. Shropshire will basically assume the role of voter registration director Cindy Callahan. Callahan is an extended absence from employment due to an unknown illness. She has been absent from her job since late February. County officials have tried to contact Callahan to confirm her work status with the county. Those attempts have been unsuccessful. Thus, Shropshire will temporarily assume the role. County commissioners have also announced they will name Mike Marshall as a public defender for the county. Marshall's hiring will be approved at Thursday's salary board meeting. Marshall will replace Blair Hyman, who will resign on Friday to enter private law practice.
With the U.S.-China standoff now into its second week, the revered Jesse Jackson says he is willing to travel to Hainan in an effort to bring the 24 crew members home. Skip Lozier has the reaction from the President Bush.
U.S. officials met again Tuesday with all 24 U.S. crew members, reporting they appear healthy, well-fed, and in high spirits. General Neil Seelock is one of those who met with the Americans on Hainan Island.
He informed us that there's an exchange of emails between our troops and their families, which is, I found to be an important piece of news.
The president says diplomacy sometimes takes a little longer than people would like. But the Reverend Jesse Jackson, if the Chinese permit, wants to lead a private delegation to China to break what he calls the government-to-government impasse and bring the Americans home.
If we were to apologize, we lose nothing politically, diplomatically, militarily, economically. We have nothing to lose and our soldiers to the gain.
But the Bush administration does not now plan to use Jackson as a government envoy.
He made clear he was available for sort of carrying a message or intervening if we thought that was appropriate at this time. We appreciate the offer, but the Secretary made clear we're pursuing the diplomacy in a different way right now.
While Belcher says the U.S. is ready to resume talks whenever the Chinese are ready, high-level talks at the ambassador level or above seem to be at something of a standstill for now. Skip Lozier, CNN, Washington.
Portions of Route 322 were closed yesterday morning after an accident that left 3 people injured. The accident occurred along this stretch of Route 322 on the River Hill. Susan Burns lost control of her car and slid across all 3 lanes of traffic, striking the front end of a car driven by Amelia Eisenhuth. Eisenhuth, a passenger in her car, and Burns were all transported to Clarion Hospital for treatment. Eisenhuth was treated and released, while her passenger and Burns were listed in fair and good condition.
Baseball Hall of Famer Willie Stargell died yesterday at a North Carolina hospital. A nursing supervisor said Stargell passed away following an extended illness related to a kidney disorder. This video shows a statue that was dedicated this past Saturday at Pittsburgh's new PNC Park. The statue was dedicated at 1:08 p.m. in honor of the number 8 Stargell wore. Matt Neff has a look back at Stargell's career.
Like to have someone just like Willie Stargell to build around, because from 1962 to 1982, Willie Stargell was more than a Hall of Famer for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was the team's emotional backbone, a born leader, and a man who was so well liked, he was affectionately known by his teammates and fans simply as Pops. The opposing first baseman, who had the ability to intimidate opposing pitchers by simply stepping up to the plate, hit 475 career home runs, twice leading the National League in that category. He was a 7-time All-Star who led the Bucs into the postseason 6 times, including World Series wins in 1971 and 1979. That 79 season was truly magical for the 39-year-old Stargell, who was the National League co-MVP, MVP of the League Championship Series, and World Series as well. Stargell's playing career ended in 1982, but he remained a Steel City hero and one of baseball's best ambassadors. In 1988, he entered the Hall of Fame, becoming just the 17th player elected in his first year of eligibility. As always, Stargell's great talents were surpassed only by his graciousness.
I'm too happy to accept this award for every one of us, particularly my family. And I'm just going to take this and say, baseball, I want to give something back to you because you've given me an awful lot.
Baseball gave a lot to Stargell, but he will be remembered for giving back so much more.
Programming was made possible through a grant by the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant. The Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant, 226-8400.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandy. How would you like to give hope to millions of the world's children? UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, is saving lives in over 140 countries by providing kids with medicine, clean water, nutrition, and education. With your help, UNICEF can make a huge difference in our world. For more information, call 1-800-FOR-KIDS. Thank you.
Wardrobe for some TV5 news anchors, provided by Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all, with many different styles. Fashion Bug also offers a wide selection of accessories. Fashion Bug is located in the Clarion Mall, just off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 5.
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids. The front seat's not the place to drop out. Don't want that big old bag to pop out. Put that booties in the back seat. Have that in the kitchen, never be out. Here to remind you to put them behind you. Wow! Look at here. To stay alive even when I drive.
From Clarion's very own, Susan Honorat, Amanda Miller, Joy Stray,
Matt Ness. From Studio A, this is TV5 News Live.
Welcome back to TV5 News. We apologize for the technical difficulties we had with the Willie Stargell story. So did you see the Olympics this past weekend?
Well, the Olympics we're talking about might not be what you're thinking of. Greek Olympics took place this past weekend at Clarion University. Our Mark Despotakis was there and has the story.
Mark, ready, set, go!
And with that, it was the start of Greek Olympics. From flag football to chariot races, we saw it all. Each sorority and fraternity competing against each other in a diligent attempt to beat the clock and bring home a victory.
What special diet did Big Pie go on to get ready for today?
For Sigma Pi, every morning we would get up at 6 a.m. We had breakfast together. We ate a lot of beans, a lot of cornmeal. We had tryouts for our events. The main thing that we would really try to do this week is drink a lot of water, and it came down to ketchup. You know, like we had a lot of it. We pulled it all together.
Ketchup? Well, at least one sorority took a different approach from that.
Drank our protein shakes today. And ate our Wheaties too. Yes.
Well, you guys going to be on the Wheaties box then? Is that what you're hoping for after this?
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to talk to the people from Wheaties right after. I think they're waiting down there for me. Yeah.
How are you trying to, let the competition know that you guys are going to win?
We figure by the way that we look, we can be very intimidating and, be a threat to the other sororities.
Yes, we can. Notice the bandanas and the socks.
From potato sack races to three-legged races to touchdowns and falling in the mud, everyone had a great time.
So that brings an end to this year's Greek Week events. We're only 358 days away until next year's events. So I'm here with the Zetas, and you guys ready for next year? Yeah! It was a lot of fun this week. Downtown at the stadium, Mark Despotakis, TV5 News.
A kayaker and 2 fire department divers drowned in a creek about 40 miles north of Pittsburgh on Sunday. 23-year-old Neil Bolsher struck a log and flipped his kayak while in Slippery Rock Creek in the Connells Mills State Park. He then became trapped underwater by a strong current. Anthony Murdoch and Scott Wilson of the Unionville Volunteer Fire Department died while trying to save Bolsher. Murdoch and Wilson were both 25 years old. The firefighters' bodies were recovered about half a mile downstream from where the accident occurred. The kayaker's body was removed from the creek yesterday afternoon.
Governor Ridge says he wants the election of Pennsylvania judges replaced with a system based on appointments. Ridge hosted a closed-door meeting this morning with about 40 lobbyists, lawyers, and activists to explore changing the way judges are picked. Judicial officials ranging from local district trustees all the way up to the state Supreme Court must win elections to hold and keep their jobs.
Jury selection has been delayed until Monday in the trial of Pittsburgh shooting suspect Richard Ballmer. Common Pleas Judge Jeffrey Manning says he wants to avoid sequestering jurors over the Easter holiday. Manning has also expressed concerns that publicity could hamper jury selection in Allegheny County. The defense attorney for Ronald Taylor, the man accused in another Pittsburgh shooting, says he'll urge his client to plead guilty if prosecutors agree not to pursue the death penalty. Police say Taylor shot and killed 55-year-old handyman John Kroll at his apartment building before shooting 4 other men at 2 nearby fast food restaurants. A former priest and a 20-year-old University of Pittsburgh student were killed. A spokesman for the district attorney's office would not comment on a possible plea bargain.
A new study says Amish communities and other isolated religious colonies are thriving by convincing their children to continue their pre-industrial lifestyle by shunning most modern conveniences. The 10-year study results have been compiled in a book being published this month, On the Back Road to Heaven, which is billed as one of the most extensive ever of the old order religious groups like the Amish. Rap star Eminem was in court today. Find out why coming up.
And it seems as if spring has sprung. Will it stay with us? Joy Strang gives us your holiday weekend forecast next.
Stay with us. All this and more coming up right after the break. A look at tonight's Pennsylvania winning lottery numbers.
Portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Carpet Barn. The Carpet Barn is located at 470 South 5th Avenue in Clarion. The Carpet Barn is open Monday through Saturday for all your carpet needs. So call the Carpet Barn, 226-7332.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant from Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. More than 400 employees and 80 physicians work to serve the community. Call the Clarion Hospital at 226-9500. Clarion Hospital, providing health care to